And at 5 to 1, we go to the lunchtime sports desk to join Hugh Keevins of the Scotsman. Welcome back, Hugh.
Welcome back to you too, Richard. And Scotland's representatives in Europe, who gave such a good account of themselves in midweek, including the only loser St Mirren, are today gearing themselves up for one more effort in tomorrow's demanding league matches. And none more so than Celtic, who mastered Atletico Madrid in Spain, as we both saw on Wednesday night. They must go to 80's for their first meeting with Dundee United since that memorable 100th Scottish Cup final last May, when David Hay won his first trophy for Celtic as manager of the club. And David Hay told me a short while ago that if it is at all possible, he will choose the same 11 players as took part in the game at the Vicente Calderón Stadium. Only the normal aches and pains have to be assessed after Wednesday night, but this game tomorrow building up to be an outstanding one, with the side who scored 5 goals away from home in Europe for Dundee United. The Rangers manager Jock Wallace, meanwhile, is waiting for news of Derek Johnston, who appears to have done his hopes of a swift return to the first team at Ibrox no harm at all with his display as a substitute against Atletico Osasuna on Wednesday night. Derek Johnston, though, had an injury problem, but Jock Wallace is giving him every chance to be a substitute, at least against his hometown club Dundee at Ibrox. Only Robert Russell, incidentally, has not recovered from playing in what was apparently awful weather here in Glasgow on Wednesday night. His place will be taken by Davy McKinnon, and Cammy Fraser keeps his place against his old club in a team which is as follows: Walker, Burns and Monroe, McPherson, Patterson, Bell, Ian Ferguson, McKinnon, Williamson, Fraser and Cooper. Ali McCoist, of course, is out through suspension. And Hibs, the club without a single point after 6 Premier Division games, have today signed Gordon Chisholm from Sunderland for a fee of £65,000. Chisholm, who comes from Bishop Briggs originally, was looked at as a centre-half by Rangers, but John Blackley, who has actually played against Chisholm in the days when Blackley was Newcastle, says his best position is in midfield, and that's where he'll play against Clydebank tomorrow. Hibs have now spent well over £100,000 on 4 players since selling Brian Rice to Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest, but so far they have not received a penny of the £175,000 fee settled on by the Independent Tribunal. Monday is Brian Clough's deadline, and my understanding of the procedure here is that in the event of non-payment, the player goes back to his old club. That could yet be an interesting one, Richard, although I suspect it's Brian Clough being his old awkward self.
Yeah, I think the money will come through in the end, as I'm sure you do as well. Let's just rattle down the card for tomorrow afternoon. Some predictions, please, Hugh. Aberdeen against St Mirren.
Well, it's horses for courses with Alex Ferguson now, and he's trying to stir up his players at Aberdeen. They need a good win to set them off on what's going to be a heavy week. They've got St Mirren, they've got the Skull Cup with Dundee United, and then they come to Ibrox, and a strong Aberdeen team could be unbeatable tomorrow.
Right, Hugh Keevins goes then for the Dons. Now, what about Hibs against Clydebank? Just briefly.
Well, I think we'll go for a Hibs win here, Richard.
On to Motherwell against Hearts.
Another vital game, particularly for Motherwell, yet to win a Premier Division match. I think, though, that Hearts have a greater sense of spirit about their club. I take Hearts to take an away win.
Meanwhile, at Ibrox, Rangers entertain Dundee, who gave Rangers several rough rides last season.
Rangers' bogey team over the last 2 seasons, eliminated from the Scottish Cup each season, but Rangers want to win, they want to stay top of the league, and I think they'll do that.
And finally, keeping this one till the end, Dundee United against Celtic, both having had good European Wednesday nights, as you